Commander SpaceOper's crystalline mandibles clicked in barely suppressed amusement as the holographic display showed the approaching human vessel. Around the circular War Council chamber, representatives from a dozen species watched the lumbering ship crawl through space at what could only be described as a glacial pace. "This is what the humans sent to our naval exhibition," Admiral Kvash of the Velkorn Empire hissed through her ventilation slits. "A cargo hauler?" The human vessel, designated USS Perseverance, moved at sublight speeds that would have embarrassed even civilian transport craft. Its hull was thick, ungainly, covered in strange angular plating that seemed to serve no aerodynamic purpose. Where other warships gleamed with sleek lines and shimmering shields, the human ship looked like a flying brick. "Perhaps they misunderstood the invitation," suggested Ambassador Threll, his tentacles writhing with second-hand embarrassment. "Surely this cannot be their finest military achievement." SpaceOper magnified the image. Scans show minimal energy signatures. Primitive fusion drives. No particle shields detected. Weapon systems appear, archaic at best. He paused. "I almost feel pity for them." Captain Rebecca Garrett stood on the bridge of the Perseverance, watching through the viewport as sleek alien warships performed elaborate maneuvers around them. Ships that could accelerate to .8 light speed in seconds. Vessels equipped with graviton lances and quantum disruptors. Each one a masterpiece of their civilization's military engineering. And then there was her ship. Slow. Heavy. Unremarkable. "They're laughing at us again, Captain," Lieutenant Marcus Torres reported from the communications station, his voice tight with restrained anger. "The Velkorn just broadcast another joke about whether we need a tow." Garrett smiled slightly. "Let them laugh, Marcus. How are our systems?" "All green, ma'am. Reactors at 20%. Armor plates reading optimal. Ammunition bays fully loaded." "Ammunition?" Commander James Richardson looked up from tactical. "Captain, everyone else is using energy weapons. Our kinetic systems are going to look like exactly what they are," Garrett interrupted calmly. "Patience, James. We're not here to win a beauty contest." The exhibition's combat trials began with standard target practice. The Velkorn cruiser Blade of Justice destroyed a series of drone fighters with elegant precision, its energy beams creating beautiful cascades of light as they vaporized targets instantaneously. The crowd of military observers cheered. The Threll Concordat's flagship demonstrated its quantum torpedoes, weapons that phased through conventional shields and detonated inside target vessels. Gasps of appreciation echoed through the observation deck. Then came humanity's turn. The Perseverance rotated slowly, painfully slowly, to face the target range. For nearly 30 seconds, nothing happened. Alien observers began to murmur. Some laughed outright. Then the human ship opened fire. What emerged from the Perseverance wasn't elegant. It wasn't beautiful. It was a wall of metal. Hundreds of railgun rounds screamed through space at relativistic velocities. The ship's entire broadside erupted in a continuous stream of kinetic projectiles, tungsten penetrators, each one accelerated to a significant fraction of light speed. The drones didn't vaporize. They shattered. They were obliterated so completely that sensors momentarily lost track of where they had been. But that wasn't what made the alien observers fall silent. The Perseverance didn't stop firing. Couldn't stop firing. Because while every other warship in the exhibition carried limited energy reserves, had to manage heat dissipation, had to cycle their exotic weapons systems, the human ship carried ammunition. Thousands upon thousands of rounds. Simple metal slugs that required no complex technology, no rare elements, no delicate calibration. Cycle rate analysis, SpaceOper commanded, his earlier amusement evaporating. An aide brought up the data. His mandibles froze. They can maintain that rate of fire for 17 hours. Kvash whispered. Continuously. The final exhibition event was a mock battle scenario, 3 attackers versus 1 defender. The Velkorn, Threll, and Krithian empires volunteered their fastest, most advanced warships. They would coordinate an assault on a single defending vessel. They chose the human ship, expecting an easy demonstration of their superiority. Garrett watched the 3 warships position themselves on her tactical display, surrounding the Perseverance in a classic pincer formation. Fast ships. Maneuverable ships. Ships that could dance around her lumbering vessel with ease. "They're going to strafe us," Richardson observed. "Hit and run from multiple vectors." "I'm counting on it," Garrett replied. "Bring all point defense systems online." Authorization Garrett Alpha 7. Release weapons-free protocols. "Ma'am." Torres sounded uncertain. "Those protocols are for when we're outnumbered and surrounded," Garrett finished. "Which we are." "Execute." The Velkorn cruiser made its run first, screaming in at .8 light speed, energy lances charging. It planned to fire, then use its superior speed to escape before the slow human ship could even rotate to respond. It never got the chance. The Perseverance erupted. Every surface bristled with weapons. Not just the main railguns, but hundreds of point defense cannons, missile pods, and automated turrets. The human ship didn't try to dodge, it didn't need to. It simply filled the surrounding space with so much metal that dodging became irrelevant. The Velkorn cruiser's shields flared, then failed under the sheer volume of fire. Kinetic rounds hammered against its hull. The sleek vessel was forced to break off, alarms screaming, before even firing a shot. The Threll and Krithian ships fared no better. Every attack vector they approached from became a death trap of intersecting fire. The Perseverance didn't chase them. It didn't need to. It simply sat in space and made the surrounding volume uninhabitable. In the observation chamber, silence reigned. Finally, Ambassador Threll spoke, his voice subdued. "I don't understand. How is this possible? Their technology is so primitive." ZYX stared at the tactical readouts, understanding dawning in his multifaceted eyes. "That's precisely the point. They don't rely on sophisticated energy matrices or quantum field generators. Just metal. Accelerated metal. And time." "Time?" Kvash asked. "Look at their ship design again," ZYX commanded. "That ungainly armor. Those thick plates. They're not fast because they don't need to be fast. They're built to endure. To outlast. While we've created beautiful weapons that strike like lightning and then must withdraw to recharge, to cool down, to regenerate shields, they've created a ship that simply doesn't stop." Kvash's eyes widened. "A war of attrition." "Exactly. In a prolonged engagement, while our advanced systems overheat and fail, while our energy reserves deplete. They just keep firing. And firing. And firing." ZYX paused. "We've spent centuries perfecting the perfect strike. They've perfected the perfect siege." In the observation chamber, silence reigned. Finally, Ambassador Threll spoke, his voice subdued. "I don't understand. How is this possible? Their technology is so primitive." ZYX stared at the tactical readouts, understanding dawning in his multifaceted eyes. "That's precisely the point. They don't rely on sophisticated energy matrices or quantum field generators. Just metal. Accelerated metal. And time." "Time?" Kvash asked. "Look at their ship design again," ZYX commanded. "That ungainly armor. Those thick plates. They're not fast because they don't need to be fast. They're built to endure. To outlast. While we've created beautiful weapons that strike like lightning and then must withdraw to recharge, to cool down, to regenerate shields, they've created a ship that simply doesn't stop." Kvash's eyes widened. A war of attrition. Exactly. In a prolonged engagement, while our advanced systems overheat and fail, while our energy reserves deplete. They just keep firing. And firing. And firing. Thor paused. We've spent centuries perfecting the perfect strike. They've perfected the perfect siege.